Hey, what's going on, guys? Mangumson here, bringing you another Destiny 2 video. And as you can see on the screen, do all the YouTube things, leave a like, really helps out the video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Xur. Now, we're not only just going to talk about Xur, we're going to talk about Xur and the Exotic Cypher. And we're also going to talk about the moments of memory, the memory of moments, the statue thing that hangs out where my vault is. Yes, that thing. It has all the exotics in the entire game for the most part. Don't at me in the comments saying Master Lost Sectors will grant you other exotics. We know that. If you didn't know that, Master Lost Sectors and above grant you exotics rotationally. Okay, anyway, so back to Xur, the elusive creature, the Tangleface himself. Now, this guy is no stranger to hanging out in areas with lots of foliage, and sometimes you can actually just find him hanging out in trees, hoarding exotics, talking nonsense. But Xur's inventory, when first glanced at by a new guardian, maybe such as yourself watching this video, or a returning player, you've known about Xur, but you really don't know how Xur works. So his inventory can be easy to look at, but it's quite complicated. He does have one exotic piece for each class. He has the Exotic Cypher quest, and he has an Exotic Engram. He also comes with one legendary exotic every week. And every time Xur moves, so does his inventory. Now, most people are sitting on one exotic cipher because you can only hold one at a time. Now, with holding only one exotic cipher at a time, that means you can't get any more, but that's not the case. So, we're going to break this down Barney style. And as you see in the background game footage, this is Xur when he was in the trees. But I digress. Let's go back to the Xur that we are looking at today in the tower, with the sea turns rampant, the Ophidian aspects, and the stag with the Prometheus lens. So, looking at a piece of gear that Xur has, it comes with fair rolls, not godlike. Bungie doesn't want you to buy power. But a 63 with mediocre distributed stats is not a bad piece of gear. But what makes a piece of gear from Xur godlike, or what makes a piece of gear good in general? Well, as you see, the Seaton's Ramparts that I have, they are also a 63. Could have been a roll I got from Xur way back when sometime. His roll and the roll that I have do look fairly similar. So Xur has exotic ciphers, he has exotic engrams, and he has exotics for every class. Xur is like an exotic hoarder. He's more like an exotic shopkeeper. Now, going over to my Dusty Hunter with his trash stats, these stats that I have on my Hunter are not good at all. And what makes them not good is that I don't really specialize in anything with any of my stats, and that's due to my armor. Now, looking at two pieces of armor that I have here, the Wild Hunt Strides and the Cinder Python Strides. Anyway, the stats are greatly disallocated, and that's what you want in a good piece of gear. So looking at the Seaton's Ramparts that Xur has with, good balanced stats, side-by-side comparison to the one that I have, it almost looks the same. But the devil is in the details. So if this works for you, then it's a god piece of gear, but if it doesn't, then it's not. So when you get the exotic engram from Xur, he has the chance to drop you of any of the exotics in the exotic whirlpool that is out there in the world. So he can give you weapons, he can give you armor, but if you have all the weapons and all the armor, he's just going to drop you another piece of armor, such as he did with the Heart of Innermost Light here. So there was a 62 that I got from Xur, and then I had a 66 already. So the one that I had was already better. So I'll probably just infuse the one that he gave me into the old one. Who knows? But having the exotic cipher, you can get one more randomly exotic from him. But this will open up the exotic cipher quest because you can only have one exotic cipher at a time. I'm going to keep stating that throughout the video. Now that you've used your exotic cipher that week, you may be thinking, well, I'm getting exotics. So an exotic's an exotic, so that's good. No, not all exotics are built the same. As you can see, the Worm God crest that I got from Xur and the Worm God crest that I have are really worlds apart. The 48 stat roll, I probably pulled this from collections. I think all collection exotics come out of 48. So I'm going to keep the Worm God crest that I have. So we have exotics from Xur. We have an exotic Cypher, an exotic Engram. We'll pick up the exotic quest. What do I do now? Because I already used the one that I had. So, well, let's get into it. So we get the quest. The quest states complete strikes or win matches in Crucible or Gambit. So you can go see Zavala, you can go see Lord Shax, or you can see the good old Drifter. Now, I hate to rain on anyone's parade, but I know people don't want to go into Gambit or Crucible, but that's kind of what Bungie wants you to do. There's 3 core activities in the game, which is Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible. Well, the Crucible, some people call it, like Tarjay. I call it Tarjay. But the only other way for you to get an exotic Cypher is to get it from the seasonal track. As you see here, you can only get 1, and that's at level 55. So, I mean, fairly playing the game, you can get another exotic Cypher, but we're looking to stack up on these exotic Cyphers. The exotic Cyphers are important. You may not be able to use more than 1 at Xur a week, but we're not only using the exotic Cyphers for Xur. The exotic Cyphers hold a very important place at that statuesque type of thing that made them move my vaults around, so I can no longer muscle memory walk up there and just hold the square button and go inside my vault. I gotta tactically stand in front of it. So again, once you use the exotic Cypher, you can't go back to Xur and reuse it again. Bungie kind of prevented that, you know, going ahead and slamming exotic Cyphers into Xur like he's some type of fucking pinko machine. So they just didn't want that to happen. So going back to the exotic Cypher, you can complete this. It does not deteriorate. It doesn't deteriorate over time like most quests in the game. So if you can't use it for Xur, we're going to use it for the wall. I just want to clarify that. We're going to use it for the wall because you can't use it for Xur, right? Get that out of your head. You can't use it for Xur again. You already used it this week. So we're going to go to the moment to lost lights. There we go. The moment to lost lights. It should have been moment of lost lights. I don't know why they put that there. But anyway, going into the moment to lost lights. They have a legacy gear area, but they also have the exotic area, which we're going to be looking into. It needs 1 exotic Cypher, glimmer, and a fair amount of planetary materials along with an ascendant shard. Now, you may be thinking, like, the Ascendant Shard is the hard thing to get. You need 2 of them or 1 of them. It's not that hard to get. Because you get some from the seasonal track. You get some from ranking up in Gambit and the Crucible. So, there goes your Ascendant Shards there. And if you made it to in-game activity, you can get some doing some Grandmaster Nightfalls as well. But once you use the exotic Cypher, there you got it. You got your exotic that you've been missing. So, I hope you guys found this video informative, and I hope this shined a little bit more light on Xur and how to use the moments to lost light in the exotic Cypher quest. So therefore, you won't be sitting on your exotic Cypher anymore. You'll be using it to its fullest extent in order to get those glorious exotics and better loot drops, and just updating the ones that you do get and getting the ones that you don't, because Destiny's a grind. Now, with my channel being dedicated to new and returning players, I hope this found some veterans out there, shine some light on Xur and the exotic Cyphers. If you guys want to see other things on the channel, please let me know, or go to my other channel, Mangumson Breakdown, for tech reviews, unboxings, and Outriders content. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.